Jason's portrayer is asking a million-dollar question. Despite playing Jason on General Hospital for over 20 years, Steve Burton has a burning question about his beloved character. During the latest episode of Daily Drama, a podcast Burton co-hosts with co-star Bradford Anderson Spinelli, the actor admitted he got to wondering something about his Port Charles persona. "I was just thinking about this, and you should figure this out, because you're good at numbers and finance," he told Anderson. "I'm just trying to figure out how much money Jason has." Burton, who recently announced his engagement, revealed that upcoming scenes revolve around Jason taking a private jet to an undisclosed location. "I was thinking, if I flew to this specific place on a private jet, it's probably about $100,000 a flight." Anderson chimed in with his theory. "Is it a Corinthos jet?" he wondered. "Does Sonny Maurice Benard have jets?" Burton continued listing off the big expenses Jason has made recently, including his upcoming jet flight, and buying back the Metro Court for Carly Laura Wright. "I should text somebody what my net worth is as Jason," the actor half-joked. The discussion only got more intricate from there as Burton and Anderson deciphered Jason's main source of income. "If you look at Corinthos Coffee, does it make money, or is it a we say it makes money?" "I profess that it does," Burton decided, still not admitting that Corinthos Coffee is a front, even out of character. After noting that Corinthos Coffee makes legitimate money, as well as Charlie's, Burton was still left without answers. "It just struck me as I was walking into a scene, because I say I just got off a plane, and I know it was a private jet. I'm like, what am I doing? What is going on? How much money do I actually have?" Jason and Sonny surveyed the damage in the penthouse. Sonny was grateful that Avery was at Carly's place when the fire started. Jason just blamed himself. Ever since Sam had died, he knew he hadn't been as attentive to Sonny's business as he should have been. Both men marveled at the fact that they somehow missed an explosive being planted. "This is unlike anything we've ever seen," Jason said. Sonny was determined to find whoever did this and stop them in their tracks and retaliate. Jason was fine with that, but he knew it didn't change what happened to Michael. "You talked about an exit strategy. That just became more important. We have to get out soon. I can't risk this happening to Danny," Jason said. After Sonny left for the hospital, Anna and Chase arrived. Jason told them exactly what happened the night before. Anna then met with Brennan and asked him to put the taser incident aside to help her find whoever did this to Michael. Brennan thought he could figure out what kind of explosive was used. Drew's first stop when he got back to Port Charles was GH, where he ran straight into Curtis. His ex-friend quickly told him he wasn't wanted there. "If you want to do something for Michael, leave," Curtis said. Drew insisted this was a family matter and wanted Curtis to mind his business. "You say family like that's supposed to mean something, Drew, but it doesn't coming from your mouth," Curtis pointed out. Drew thought this could be the last time he would see Michael to make amends. He wasn't going to let Curtis stand in his way. Curtis accused Drew of wanting Michael to live, just so he wouldn't feel guilty if he didn't. Drew told Curtis to go to hell, but Curtis wasn't done. "I hate to break it to you, but you're the bad guy here," Curtis said. "If you want to help Michael, all you can really do is pray," he added before walking away. Willow arrived back at Nina's place and told her that she needed to go to the hospital right away to see Michael. Nina said that would be a huge mistake. She wanted Willow to think about her custody battle. At Nina's behest, Marty arrived to talk about the divorce. Marty informed Willow that Michael's legal team would still fight his battles, even if Michael was incapacitated. Marty wanted Willow to petition the court for temporary sole custody of her kids right then and there. "Absolutely not," Willow declared. She wasn't going to take away Michael's children when he was fighting for his life. Marty still tried to convince Willow that gaining temporary custody could help her permanent custody case. Willow refused to budge. "How will I explain to Wiley and Amelia that I was negotiating with lawyers when their father lay in a hospital bed in agony?" Willow finally left for the hospital, leaving Nina to freak out with Marty. Fortunately, he wasn't too worried. "We have more leverage than you might think," he told Nina. It turned out that Michael had made Willow his designated medical proxy. That means Willow, and Willow alone, speaks for Michael while he's in the hospital. She needs to know about the power she holds, Marty stressed. Curtis stopped by after Marty left to tell her that Drew had shown up at the hospital. Curtis wanted Nina to convince Drew to stay away from Michael and his family. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Diane and Chase were there to remove Wiley and Amelia from the premises. Carly and Joss kept vigil outside Michael's room, waiting for news on his condition. Joss worried that Michael might die. Carly assured her daughter that Michael would survive. "He has to," Carly said. Before Diane confronted Nina, she stopped by GH and told Carly and Joss that she had Willow served with divorce papers the night before. Joss couldn't believe that Willow was in bed with Drew at the time and walked away. Diane sat Carly down and explained to her that she wanted to move now to take Wiley and Amelia from Willow. Diane asked Carly to think about what she wanted to do. After Diane left, Lucas stopped by to check on Carly. He asked her to step away while the medical team worked on Michael's bandages. Lucas promised to stay and make sure Michael would be okay. After Lucas worked with the burn team in Michael's room, he found Jason in the hallway and gave him an update on Michael's condition. Jason insisted he was going to stay put and be there for Michael as he remembered promising to keep him safe as an infant. Lucas then gave Michael permission to sit with Michael. Jason quietly entered the room and was surprised to see Michael open his eyes for him. When Willow got to the hospital, the first person she saw was Jocelyn, who was not the least bit happy to see Willow. "Michael has third-degree burns on 40% of his body. You'd know that if you were here and not sleeping with his uncle in a DC hotel," Josh shouted. Willow was baffled about the fact that Jocelyn was so angry. "Of all people. I thought you would understand and afford me some grace," Willow said. Joss pointed out that her cheating on Cameron with Dex wasn't the same as a married woman cheating on her husband. "Did you really think you could bang Drew with Wiley in the next room, and Michael would just go on defending you?" Joss asked incredulously. "You really do think you're better than anyone, don't you? Wake up, you lying faithless skank," she added. While Josh chewed out Willow, Carly visited the chapel, lit a candle, and asked God to take care of Michael. She couldn't believe her eyes when Drew walked in to extend his sympathies. Drew said he was sorry for what happened. "There are so many things that you could be sorry for, like screwing Michael's wife while he was on fire." "How did I miss how self-involved you are?" Carly asked. Drew insisted he didn't only care about himself, as he went to jail to protect Carly from SEC charges. "You took the fall 'cause you thought you were going to get a slap on the wrist, not a prison sentence," Carly pointed out. Drew then shot back. "You can attack me all you want, Carly, but it's not going to change the fact that Michael is in that burn unit because of you. And you know it," Drew said. Alexis found Christina in the hospital halls, waiting for news on her brother. Christina cried that she couldn't lose anyone else, not after losing the baby and Sam. "Michael is always there for me. He's like the one true voice of sanity in this family," Christina lamented. Alexis tried calming Christina and asked what Michael would tell her to do at that moment. "He'd probably tell me something reasonable and logical," Christina said. Alexis was surprised when Christina suddenly announced that she needed fresh air. Sunny soon got off the elevator and asked Alexis where Christina was. Alexis was worried about her because she hadn't texted back, so she and Sunny split up and went looking for their daughter. While she searched for Christina, Alexis found Molly instead. Sunny found Christina on the roof, where she admitted she was afraid to see Michael in the condition he was in. Later, Christina finally looked inside Michael's room as Molly quietly stood by her side.